Hi folks, this is going to be a career reading. I haven't really focused on career necessarily, although we've had different readings in that direction. So let's put our energy in there. What kind of positive, supportive energy is the viewer bringing into the moment, into the reading? With the animal totems, what kind of energy is going to help you in the coming time? Let's take this stack. Underneath the deck, we have Squirrel, always prepared. You're the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. So you may be trying to find a place that has a nice little nest egg, a nice little bonus or buy-in or some type of retirement. But it also looks like one of the elements that you can focus on when you speak to other people about potential clientele or potential employers, whatever situation you're in, about your versatility, about your foresight, about your ability to handle anything that comes up, your versatility in things such as, well, I can address all of this range of things that the person might look for or require of me. There's something here about that. And it also looks like you're an individual that other people like to be around. And so whether you're somebody who employs others or somebody who is employed or so on, it looks like individuals are also basing some of their decision making in regards to you upon your amiability, friendly disposition, and perhaps even part of your leisurely pursuits, other things, other hobbies, other dimensions of your personality that may lead into that, you know? So, yeah, like for instance, I'm seeing the traditional, like, big time executive that then is kind of expected to also be out on the golf course or knowing which type of fork to use with each course of the meal, with some type of fancy individuals that you might need to entertain, to go to the right spaces and places, to understand all of that, and that you round out your personality as far as like what it takes, even when you're putting in an application or resume or CV or whatever you might call it. You can add dimensions of your personality to that to be more interesting, to set yourself apart from others. And so one of the things that you can talk about, such as I've done this in the past myself, is like when you speak about specific hobbies, you can talk about how that helps you to focus, or that helps you to have a bigger network or following that then helps you to have leverage. Having a good diverse workforce, for instance, or something like this. There's all these things that can be brought into the moment, and you should know that these are some of your best attributes and that others are noticing these things about you. The three cards that came out, we have on the top, Goose, Inner Knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident. You will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. So that's beautiful. Migrating. I don't know if some of you are shifting jobs or shifting projects and you're bringing a team on board. It looks like whatever, like with the first one about the likability, it looks like you understand kind of the pulse of a situation or of a group, and wherever you go, this creates resonance. And so you are a good leader in that way. You know when to take the lead, and also, as geese do when they're migrating, the lead one, when it needs a rest or when it needs something from the group, it falls out of formation and goes to the back, and the next one takes its place in the front. And so they all take turns. So there's something that's quite team oriented here with that whole there's no I in team idea here. And so this has also brought you a lot of loyalty. Maybe you work alongside others very well. And so they always like to help you in your endeavors. So don't worry, this is going to continue or begin to be a bigger blessing in your life. And so knowing this, go ahead and take flight and know that others are going to join you in this movement. Next is Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Interesting. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So the ability to laugh at ourselves in good humor is also evidenced of somebody who's lighthearted enough and flexible enough to work within a team environment. And so sometimes I would caution you just briefly, it doesn't come up here, but knowing how to play in a healthy way versus if you're making comments and laughing at your own folly, there's certain levels to laughing at oneself that are considered empowered self-awareness, and other levels that just seem like, beating oneself up, or not even humbling, but what's that called where you kind of disparage yourself? Not that word. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I think that you'll understand where you might find yourself like, oh, I'm so stupid. That's not what we would advise to say about yourself at any point, or to feel or think about yourself. It's one thing to say, I sometimes find myself, looking for my car keys or my glasses and they're in my pocket, is different than saying, oh, I'm this or I'm that, labeling yourself as less than in some type of a way. So as you reveal some type of truth, there's a fine line to whether you're talking about self or others or trends or so on, where you are able to be more empowering, diplomatic, and supportive with your words, thoughts, and behaviors that evidences a level of character and integrity that others are looking for, as well as it's reminding me of different times in my past, one in particular where I was always advocating for the needs of the ones that were just kind of more of the frontline employees at this job, and I was working with the higher ups, and I could commingle with all different groups to a certain extent. Nobody from either side will take somebody that can go across the enemy lines without a grain of salt. I'll just, kind of put that out there. So it is a tender line. So I don't know if this is something like human resources or something, but to be able to reveal the truth in an empowering way. There was also this time, I'll tell you, when I was working closely with a city that was working with a group of individuals in a depressed neighborhood. And they were disappointed that they didn't get the individuals from this depressed neighborhood out to do all these things. And I brought up the truth as tenderly as I could that, when people are fearing for safety, their ability to be fed, and their ability to have homes and heat and to pay the bills, those are not the individuals that are going to come out and rub shoulders with the individuals in charge of the city, because the city folk and the law upholders are seen as evidence of the institution that continues, right? And so I brought out this is one of the things I like to evident for people. The chakra system and the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of human needs, it's like understanding within ourselves how our inner knowing of meeting people where they're at helps us to create resonance and relevance in our quest, no matter if we're looking for clients or if we're looking for employers. And whether we're meeting friend or foe is all sort of decided by the way that we can respect other individuals and meet them where they're at and hold space for the ability for us to meet each other in our highest person and knowingness. Sea turtle is the last card here. Protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So it looks like you're being reminded that you have what it takes, that others are looking for you, and in the opportunities that are meant for you, your unique bag of tricks, tips, and trade secrets are going to be in high demand. They will be respected and revered and witnessed in the power and potential that they hold to assist whoever it is that you're looking to align with, that you can help synergistically work within the situation and dynamic to bring about powerful change and shifts for both. Moth, yeah, talking about transformation. This is an air suit. The moth resides in the darkness, but is always attracted towards the light. And this also may talk about how you've been there, you've witnessed things, such as when I was in that position, it was with an organization that required you to basically take this vow of poverty in some way. I don't want to go into that too much, because the experience for me was a real mixed bag. But I feel like that's part of what we're talking about, is that you understand because you've seen behind the veil of people's privilege. And even though you might appear to have this privilege, such as the ears of the upper echelon in an organization, that you actually do not deny the truth of the people that you may be witnessing, that the upper echelon vitally, critically depend upon the masses to continue to generate the wealth that they enjoy. And so their privilege, I think, is an interesting subject, because now I'm starting to feel this riled up energy where it's like there's this undercurrent of you actually perhaps infiltrating something where you're going to be a critical revolutionary mindset and visionary. Maybe you're heading up a union or something type of that. But I'm getting the vibe of somebody who's able to take the mic and speak for those that don't hold a voice at the table. Woo! Fire ant just popped out. So that's an interesting one as well. I'm absolutely loudly hearing that. If you put black ants and fire ants all in a jar, they'll just kind of cooperate and coexist. But then if you shake the jar, they will start attacking those from the opposing camp, the opposing side, because they believe it is the other ants that have stirred the pot. And this is about infighting within a unit. We can talk about, like, today is the election day for president in the US. And it's absolutely, there are agitators behind the scenes trying to convince us that those who are different from us or don't look like us or don't wear the same clothes as us, etc., that they're the problem. When we know that it isn't the people, it isn't the women and children that live in a region that are bombing another region, right? And so there's something here where you are calling truth as you see it, based on both your inner knowledge and your need to be able to protect the integrity of the truth and to prepare to continue to interact cordially and respectfully and playfully with others. I'm seeing this take the long view from the previous reading, and I'm seeing that as like that Canadian goose having that long view, understanding what goes into something, whether somebody is taking action or not taking action. We can witness and pan out from our engagement and our own privilege to then say, you know, this is the other side. It's the devil's advocate elephant underneath here. And elephants are earthly record keepers to me. They hold this sacred flame of awareness. It's showing up under the element of fire for a reason. Elephants are so gorgeous and they have so many awesome traits. They're very communal oriented. They actually hold funeral services for deceased animals that they find. They will bring branches and cover it. Elephants are incredible. And I do believe that represents our own greatness and our own stature in our spiritual world in regards to this situation or this workplace career situation. So let's get a couple of additional cards. Anything from the code cards that wants to help us energetically to align. Underneath, we've got Merkaba. It looks like something is going to help you expand your influence. I'm just going to leave that there, 32. And then the cards that flew out are Heart Chakra, Romantic Love, Alchemy, and Consciousness. So this is supposed to be a career reading, but some of you may either want to work with some type of romantic partner or have found some type of romantic situation at work. But for the greater reading, I'm just seeing this as evidence of being very passionate about what you do, being very heart connected to your intuitive knowledge and awareness, and that you're able to bring that heart space into what you do. That's the playfulness and the kindness that people are attracted to your light. People rally to your cause, just like this, the moths to a flame, the fire ants to the moment. The elephant, you are the elephant carrying the torch of inner knowledge, holding sacred and true, and expanding other people's awareness, and it's helping you to gain some type of stature. So you're transmuting other individuals' heart space and knowledge base because of your ability to expand hearts and minds and expand the conscious awareness of whomever you come into contact with. So let's get some of these. I think this is it Kipper? They're definitely interesting cards. So we have one flying out here first. Gloomy Thoughts. Mind your mind here. Gloomy Thoughts. I want to take this card seriously. It's master number 33, and it shows an individual on a very high cliff with dark clouds, choppy waters. And from here, I just want to make sure that you take the long view. And if you are dealing with a critical point where you feel betrayed or without recourse or out of a job, you are being reminded by Spirit that if you take the long view, understand that no matter where you are at in this moment, that you have all of these abilities to come to your aid, and that positive thinking and the law of manifestation is absolutely going to help you or hinder you at this time. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about our ability to choose, but it's true. There are different organizations and institutions that we can align with, and we may find in the depths of an experience that is there to help us our own passionate alignment. And you may do very well to help others who are coming up from something that you've faced. You may be a counselor or somebody who is a crisis intervention individual, like I said, with that human resources, or like, what do you call those, the hostage negotiators. It's kind of like, I know that's intense and a little bit extreme, but that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling with you, is that you're very connected to the depths of despair that may exist in either the delegates, the individuals, the masses, the workforce, and the individuals that you may look to help or heal with or expand their ideas. I think that you are also somebody who restores faith in the human dimension. And if this is hard on you, make sure that you go out and that you expect and that you understand you deserve to have some type of heart-based interaction that helps you to alchemize any of these lower thoughts into the higher realms and understanding, and that you hold accountable those individuals who are intended and put into place to assist other individuals, to not allow them to overlook and to engage in practices that just make them feel good but don't actually end up putting any of these resources into the hands of the people that utilize them. It's like when you just hold meetings upon meetings, and when you buy a bunch of food for an event and nobody shows up, you're not helping anyone. So there's something here about your good nature and good intention and your understanding of how to actually help, instead of just patting people that just want to go out and pat themselves on the back, or they want to be out there like, look at my humanitarianism, and here they are with their camera in the face of a disenfranchised, an abused, or a homeless, or otherwise hurting individual. You're not looking to be that individual. You're looking to be out there in the trenches and actually having your hand extended instead of your camera. That's what I'm feeling. And so, don't discount your influence and your effect in this moment. You have what it takes to meet the need that you are feeling powerfully in this moment. Oh, pleasant letter. I love that that's on the bottom for you. You're about to get some type of response to some type of either audition or application or something such as that. It could be a promotion or some type of setting a date or a meeting request from someone. And I think that it will be important for you to very carefully speak about the highest attributes that you are able to bring to the table and to contribute to this moment, and to help them take the long view of your contributions, and to both pay you and respect you accordingly, and to give you the leverage that you need to gather the team that you require to do the work that you have been asked and that you feel engaged with providing. Like you are getting the okay and the approval to gather your task force first on the spiritual side, but somebody's coming with this torch, and perhaps, I got a wave here. Somebody is looking for somebody to pass the torch to, and it may look like, for instance, for some of you, you may find this beautiful opportunity with the best job, but it requires, let's say, a pay cut. Maybe that is a little negotiable. Maybe you can gain what they can't pay you with a little bit of time off, or flexible scheduling, or something else, such as a company vehicle or whatever it might be, or them paying for your cell phone or Wi-Fi. work days from home so that you can be flexible with your childcare or your commute cost and your time being money, for instance. So be very positive. And if somebody isn't able to match something dollar for dollar at now, by you taking the long view and not being discouraged, you can be prepared to negotiate elements of this that can help compromise. Because if you take again that long view here, the elephant is actually looking for somebody to head something up very powerfully, and it may not be able to be revealed to you in the moment, but if you walk towards your intuitive, instinctual, heart-based truth, there's something here that can really develop into something that you will love, that your passions can be incredibly powerfully engaged with. This card flew out a little bit ago. Main person. This may represent yourself or the individual approaching you in as this elephant energy holding the flame. If you're drawn to this, it's because your intuition is asking you to trust your gut instincts, your compass, your true north compass within your gut, to follow the flame, to follow your calling, to migrate to this opportunity, that you will be protected, your assets and your loved ones will be protected if you continue to uphold the truth within your heart, the truth of your consciousness alignment with the goals that are coming through for you and the opportunities that are presenting, and to be able to see through any type of fear of shifts and changes out of this comfort zone. Maybe you need to simplify at some point. Here we get that long view indication again with this individual up in the hot air balloon, anticipating a change, taking the long view, rising above, panning out, and saying, well, if this, then what are the potentials? And if this, no change, or, like change is inevitable. Even where you're at, if you choose to stay static, change is inevitable. You're going to continue to age. You're going to continue to see rising cost and inflation over the course of your lifetime, and rising cost of college or whatever it might be for you that you are feeling a bit pessimistic about. And so there's a need to really put yourself in that position and say, how is it that I can leverage what I do bring to the table to continue to use my metaphoric buying power, my energetic investment in something I believe in, to be an advocate for change, to quit supporting those things that are more exploitative, or that, for instance, like I don't need to necessarily. I don't need to point fingers, but for instance, we can talk about the ideology behind, like, if you go to work, for instance, for like Amazon, then you are in essence contributing to a more of a monopolizing, more globalized economy there than supporting the actual people in your neighborhood. Where if you went to your local place and went to the ma and pa stores that aren't out there franchising and spending money marketing and those type of things, you're actually putting money in your neighbor's pocket. When you buy eggs from your neighborhood farmer, for instance, using your energetic buying power to create change. Change is coming no matter what. So it looks like you are taking that view. Oh, yeah. So the work occupation card, you have been hard at work and you're considering being hard at play as well. Like, taking that long view about retirement. How are you preparing for the rest of your life? And what would you do with that time if you could reclaim some of your time from like a 3-hour commute to the 2-second commute to your home office? High honors, absolutely. So there is a promotion here possible for many of you. However that comes through, this individual is being dubbed a knight Night. Yeah, with that moth energy. Do you see that light from above shining on this individual? That's interesting. So, yeah, gathering this individual in the background. There's also this army in the background. It's like the task force, uh, whether spiritually or so on in an institution or otherwise, you're able to work for something and you're getting a leg up. You're getting the resources to prepare for this movement. And I think it's going to be a very inspiring change for your life. So I think that that's all the time that we're going to have for you. I'm looking for an oracle card. Let's take Whispers of the Ocean oracle card. See if we have time, if I don't get cut off. I apologize for getting cut off, folks. It is what it is while I work out how to get recording time. Closing messages for the viewer on this big career change. Take note, number 22. Your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Absolutely. So taking the long view, the being flexible in seeing the needs to compromise. And under the deck here we have look beyond the surface, number 37. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or the beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth to your world. That's gorgeous. So the opportunity that is for you may not look on the surface to be quite as inviting as you would wish. But if you look at all the factors involved, it does look like there is something incredible here happening with the alignment of your passions and your ability to effect powerful, profound change, and to feel that you're healing those and taking the hands of perhaps your distant past self, your inner child, and being able to be a powerful voice and advocate for change that is serving the consciousness evolution of the world. It is part of your career calling to look into this and to follow this path. So good luck on your journey, and you'll have to let me know how that works out for you. Take good care of you, and until next time.